Earning money that could cost him his life, he was only convicted of fraud. He went out. Everything was fake. Everything was online. In this era of the internet, which you know. In this story, with just a click, the internet flipped over, and the person in question, named Luo Jincheng, was blatantly operating online, nearly becoming the biggest king in southwest China. However, in the end, he was only sentenced to 10 months for fraud. What exactly happened? In 2015, Luo Jincheng from Sichuan was going through the darkest period of his life. At 46, with no money, no house, a criminal record, his wife and children gone, and no job, he had become the lowest of the low, despised by both people and dogs. Actually, Luo Jincheng was once a business-savvy man, living a rather good life, but he couldn't escape the curse of men turning bad when they have money. He had been jailed before for illegally possessing firearms, and after being released, Luo Jincheng did not change his ways. He mingled with bad company, got addicted to drugs, and pawned everything valuable at home. His gentle and virtuous wife, seeing no hope in life, left him with their children. At this point, Luo Jincheng had only 1,000 yuan left and thought of finding a decent job to win his wife back. However, his drug addiction relapsed, and knowing it was hard to buy drugs offline, he decided to try online. After joining several drug dealer chats and bargaining, he spent all his 1,000 yuan on what he thought were drugs. When the goods arrived, he hurriedly consumed them, only to find out that the methamphetamine he bought was sweet. Perplexed, he realized he had bought rock sugar instead of drugs. Furious, he wanted to report to the police but realized it would be like throwing himself into a net. So, he vented his anger on the seller through a voice message, who had already blocked him. Looking at the expensive rock sugar, he had an idea. Selling rock sugar was so profitable, why not try it himself? Having a criminal record, Luo Jincheng was extra cautious and even checked the law, discovering that transactions under 5,000 yuan weren't considered fraud. He then had an idea and started advertising online, claiming his rock sugar was methamphetamine and selling it for 1,000 yuan per bag. Soon, he attracted many buyers, and his sales of rock sugar as drugs reached tens of kilograms, earning him a fortune, but only resulting in a conviction for fraud. Luo Jincheng, now known as the deadly drug dealer, rose to the peak of his life through drug trafficking without facing execution. Based on his experience of being deceived, he found this path to riches. He joined online groups, advertised his rock sugar for 1,000 yuan a bag, and soon found victims. Luo Jincheng was straightforward, shipping the goods and blocking the buyers before they could curse him out, knowing they wouldn't dare report him. After half a month of quiet, thinking he was in the clear, he found the group in uproar with people waiting to retaliate. Seeing his wealth route being cut off, he quickly dissolved the group. As he became more experienced, he faced more disgruntled victims. Luo Jincheng sold in small amounts, only to those far enough away that they wouldn't travel across provinces for a few hundred yuan. Even if they found him, the worst they could do was beat him up. They couldn't go to the police and admit they were buying drugs and got scammed. Thus, Luo Jincheng's audacity grew. To earn more, he even switched from rock sugar to even cheaper alum and opened a tea shop, advertising, "Buy tea, get alum for free" online, including a test report for alum in every shipment to inform the buyers what they were getting. This scheme made Luo Jincheng's wallet fatter, and he inadvertently quit his drug addiction. As Luo Jincheng advertised 24/7 and invented many industry dark arts, he became the biggest unfilial person in the southwest region. Unbeknownst to him, his active online presence had already attracted police attention. He was considered the most bizarre drug lord, selling fake drugs to real addicts. By his own effort, he disrupted online drug trafficking and remained calm upon arrest, claiming he didn't sell drugs. His mindset was such that no one dared help him, and a drug user wouldn't go to the police to report buying fake drugs. As Luo Jincheng's e-commerce business flourished, it caught police attention. The Dai County Public Security Bureau received information about a significant online drug dealer, with monthly orders reaching 40 kilograms. Shocked, the police investigated and eventually targeted an account named Pork Plant Meat Wholesale Cash on Delivery, which was Luo Jincheng's. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the police immediately arrested him. When they broke into his home, expecting to find 40 kilograms of methamphetamine, Luo Jincheng insisted he was selling alum. The police thought he was lying, but after checking, they indeed found it was just alum. Luo Jincheng arrogantly claimed he was deceiving addicts, indirectly helping them detoxify, and somewhat assisting the police, suggesting they should appoint him as a drug prevention ambassador. This seemingly flawless logic left the police dumbfounded. Although Luo Jincheng didn't actually sell drugs, and the amount involved in the fraud didn't reach the threshold for prosecution, his exploitation of legal loopholes clearly challenged the authority of the law. Eventually, the police had to compile several victims' complaints to charge Luo Jincheng with fraud, sentencing him to 10 months in prison and fining him 3,000 yuan. Following this, the state imposed stricter inspections on courier services,